Mirjana of Medjugorje, a visionary who has been sharing profound revelations from the Virgin Mary, recently conveyed a message that has stirred significant concern, even reaching the ears of the Pope. It is with great joy that we welcome you back to our channel. May your day be filled with the grace of Christ as we embark on today's lesson. Before we dive into the topic, let us join together in prayer. I offer my soul to you, Mother Mary, beloved daughter of God the Father. May the vitality of God remain within my soul, and may I never lose that sacred life through sin. Protect my thoughts and desires, guiding them so that all my intentions may be pleasing to you. Full of grace, the Lord is with you, Mary. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is Jesus, the fruit of your womb. Holy Mary, Mother of God, intercede for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. As we reflect on the Virgin Mary's messages at Medjugorje, imagine them as a guiding light, a lighthouse amid the storm, pointing us toward hope and action. These revelations serve as a reminder that we are not alone in facing the challenges ahead. In the midst of uncertainty, we have the opportunity to understand the deeper truths that will shape our world in the coming months. The Virgin Mary's message is not one of doom but of deep wisdom, urging us to look beyond the surface and comprehend the spiritual battle unfolding. She speaks of three powerful and alarming occurrences that will greatly affect the course of human history. These divine revelations shed light on three key aspects of our future. First, Mary warns of the insidious spread of lust, an all-consuming force that is tarnishing the hearts of many, particularly the youth. This poison infiltrates our society, destroying innocence and eroding the moral fabric that binds us together. It challenges us to confront the root causes of this evil, emphasizing the need for spiritual vigilance in safeguarding the purity of young souls. Next, Mary highlights the alarming decline in religious vocations, a sign of the growing detachment from God and faith in the world. This serves as a wake-up call for us to foster a love of God in the hearts of the next generation, to teach them not only about faith but to live it with conviction and passion. Our mission as believers becomes clear: to preserve the essence of our faith and pass it on with zeal. Yet, amid these concerns, Mary's message is not one of despair. Rather, it is one of hope. She speaks of a divine purification, a holy wrath, that will sweep across the world, cleansing the earth and driving evil to its deepest depths. This process of purification will ultimately lead to a victory of good over evil, a promise that righteousness will prevail in the end. When we reflect on the prophecy of Our Lady of Fatima, we recognize a similar warning about the attack on marriage and family. Despite the challenges, the light of heaven shines brightly, even in the darkest times, guiding us through the trials and toward ultimate triumph. In these troubled times, we must turn to prayer and trust in God's divine plan. The Church and its leaders must remain steadfast in their faith, showing the world the power of prayer, unity, and love. We are called to stand firm in our beliefs, knowing that with God's help, we can navigate the storm and emerge stronger than ever. Let us, as a community of faith, heed these warnings, embrace the strength of prayer, and remain vigilant in our mission to bring light to the world in the face of darkness. The time to act is now. The message delivered by the Virgin Mary, aimed directly at the Church's leaders, is a stern and sobering warning about the imminent trials that await both the Church and humanity as a whole. Her prophecy foresees assaults on the Church's morals, holiness, and sacred hierarchy, making it clear that these challenges are not mere occurrences but vital spiritual tests. These trials, as she predicts, will have far-reaching effects that transcend religious boundaries, shaking the very foundations of faith and society. In the face of these impending struggles, the Virgin Mary urges us to come together in reflection, understanding, and prayer. The issues she identifies, namely the tragic decline in religious vocations, the insidious spread of lust, and the corruption of innocence, are not isolated problems but interconnected crises that demand our collective attention. Each of these issues is a symptom of a larger spiritual battle that we must confront together, with unwavering faith and deep spiritual commitment. Rather than sinking into despair, the Virgin's message calls us to deepen our faith and to rely on the transformative power of prayer. She prophesies a divine fury, a purifying force that will cleanse the earth and cast evil into the depths of hell. This purification is not a punishment, but a necessary step in restoring balance and righteousness to a world that has drifted into moral decay. As we contemplate this message, we are reminded of the powerful prophecies of Our Lady of Fatima, which foretold the dark forces that would challenge the sanctity of marriage and family. Despite these forewarnings, the ultimate triumph of divine light over darkness remains assured. Let us examine these three key elements in more depth to understand their implications for our future. First, the poison of emotion represents a silent but pervasive threat that seeks to undermine the hearts and minds of humanity. This insidious force seduces individuals into embracing passions and desires that distance them from God's will, eroding innocence and virtue. The consequences of this spiritual poison are far-reaching, impacting individuals, families, and societies. It is crucial that we recognize and resist this allure, safeguarding our purity and nurturing the innocence of our children. The second key issue, the alarming decline in religious vocations, is a painful and urgent reminder that we must invest in the spiritual formation of the next generation. The weakening of monastic and priestly callings signals a spiritual vacuum, one that must be filled with a renewed dedication to God and the sacred mission of the Church. The message of the Virgin Mary urges us to create an environment where young people can hear and respond to God's call, preserving the sanctity of religious vocations for future generations. Thirdly, the corruption of innocence, particularly among the young, is a betrayal that reverberates throughout society. As we witness the increasing exposure of children to harmful influences, it is clear that we are failing in our duty to protect and guide them. This corruption not only destroys the lives of individuals, but also undermines the moral fabric of society. The Virgin Mary's message serves as a call to action, urging us to stand firm against these evils and to actively nurture the next generation in the love of God. Instead of succumbing to hopelessness in the face of these challenges, the Virgin Mary's message offers us a profound source of hope. She foretells the coming of a divine purification, a force that will rid the earth of evil and restore justice and peace. This divine fury, while a sobering prospect, also represents our ultimate hope, for it assures us that righteousness will ultimately triumph over sin. As we reflect on the Virgin's words, we are reminded of the eternal truth that light will always overcome darkness. The challenges ahead are significant, but the victory of divine truth is assured. By deepening our commitment to prayer, embracing the call for spiritual renewal, and working together to protect the moral and spiritual integrity of society, we can weather these trials with faith, hope, and the certainty that God's plan will unfold as it must. The Virgin Mary's message is not just a warning, it is a call to action, a call to rise up and embrace the divine light that will lead us through even the darkest times. In the face of the impending trials that threaten to overwhelm the world, the Virgin Mary's message offers us unparalleled comfort, strength, and hope. Her words assure us that, despite the darkness and evil that may seem to dominate, divine justice will ultimately cleanse the planet and punish wickedness to its deepest levels. This promise is a beacon of light, reminding us that right will prevail, and good will ultimately triumph over evil. Just as Our Lady of Fatima prophesied a future resistance to the sanctity of marriage and family, we can find solace in knowing that, even in the most troubling times, God's heavenly light will shine through. Adding to this sense of divine protection and guidance are the recent revelations shared by German clairvoyant Manola Strix. Her visions, which paint a vivid picture of terrifying future events, highlight the necessity of divine intervention. She speaks of an impending attack on Rome, a powerful symbol of the Church, and warns of the dark forces at work in the world. However, Strix also emphasizes the role of heavenly protection, reassuring us that despite the dangers we face, God's hand is upon us, guiding and shielding those who place their trust in Him. Looking ahead to the trials of 2024 and beyond, it becomes increasingly vital to face the challenges with a spirit of optimism and unwavering faith. The world will undoubtedly be tested by natural catastrophes, geopolitical struggles, and spiritual confusion. But history has shown us time and time again that prayer and faith have the power to overcome even the greatest of obstacles. In these times, it is essential to prioritize community, prayer, and faith, as they will serve as the pillars that sustain us through the coming darkness. The Eucharist, the priesthood, and the Rosary are more than just religious rituals. They are the sacred tools that will help us navigate through the spiritual storms that lie ahead. These sacred practices will be our lifelines, offering us divine strength and protection when everything else seems uncertain. Through these powerful spiritual disciplines, we find the resilience to endure, to remain steadfast in our faith, and to face the trials of the future with courage. Manola Strix's personal encounters with Pope John Paul II and Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger reinforce the profound importance of these traditions. Their wisdom and spiritual guidance remind us that the Church's teachings are not mere formalities. They are the foundational forces that sustain us during times of crisis. The call to penitence, too, serves as a vital path to spiritual renewal. By embracing repentance, we fortify ourselves with God's grace and protection, preparing our hearts for the divine guidance that will illuminate our journey. As we move closer to the fulfillment of these prophecies, it becomes clear that our collective response is essential. We must spread the message of hope, light, and divine intervention that the Virgin Mary offers, ensuring that others too can find peace in the midst of turmoil. Her counsel calls us to action, to take up the mantle of prayer and faith, to hold fast to our spiritual convictions, and to be beacons of light in a world that desperately needs it. In times of uncertainty, Mary's message is like a guiding star, offering a supernatural light that shines brighter than the forces of darkness. She urges us to find our inner light, a spiritual compass that will lead us through the coming storm. With firm faith and a commitment to spiritual readiness, we will be able to weather the challenges ahead, knowing that we are never alone. God's mercy and divine love will continue to sustain us, guiding us toward a future rooted in peace, hope, and righteousness. Thank you for watching this video in its entirety. What are your thoughts on today's topic? Please leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications when the next video is uploaded. Your support helps spread this important message of faith, hope, and divine intervention to those who need it most.